What's up, guys? Finally at the XPG booth at Computex 2023, Dario from BC Crazy. And we have quite some cool stuff, including Mera AI. So let's go inside the booth and check everything out. Let's start with the power supplies. We have a Pylon non-modular power supply, ATX 2.52 bronze, 550, 650, 750 models. After that, we have the Kyber one. So it's actually an ATX 3.1 compliant, 200% power excursion for 100 microseconds. That's 850 watts power supply. So yeah, and furthermore, we have CyberCore 2, which you already seen in builds, reviews, and the Fusion power supply. So this 1600 watts power supply. Last year, Computex 2023, we saw this power supply power up for RTX 4090. And if you remember that part, it was quite outstanding, up to 235% power excursion, 3760 watts, outstanding. And the digital control via XPG Prime software for fan curve customization and consumption analysis, and ATX 3.0 and 3.1 compliant. You can see everything right here. Next in line, we have something smaller a bit. We're talking about PIM-Core SFX power supply, 3.0 and ATX 3.1 compliant with 12V 2x6 600 watts connector. We have premium 90 millimeter fluid dynamic bearing fan and 100% Japanese capacitors. Total power is 1000 watts and it's 80 plus platinum certified. Core Reactor 2, you've seen that, but we have Core Reactor 2 in white as well. This is definitely something really cool, which would be definitely interesting to do a white build. Next in line, we have a complete setup XPG. So first of all, we have the Precog Studio and ear tags. These are gaming headsets, and these are the world's first balanced gaming headset, which means zero crosstalk circuit design with 4.4 millimeter connector. We have USB-C DAC with superior ESS audio chipset and separate left and right amplifiers. Then we have the Sorcerer Mini. This is a gaming keyboard. It has, of course, per key RGB illumination with XPG Prime software, 65% form factor. And the cool thing, it has this wheel right here that you could most likely adjust or organize everything that you desire. Type-C connection. It has legs at the back. RGB looks quite nice. Looking forward to this one. And finally, we have the huge mouse pad, Frontline XL Extreme Gaming Saga. So all of their characters in one go. If you're into this, you'll love it. Then we go with the Alpha Gaming Mouse. We have the exoskeleton design. Here we have a new case. This is Starker Air BTF. As you can see, then next in line, of course, we're going to go more into details when the actual review drops. We can see that it has a possibility to mount the fans on the power supply shroud compartment. We have 140 at the back. This is something like 120 at the top and 120 at the front as well. But there is a possibility for 140 fans. We're definitely going to check that out from up close. Then inside we have Lancer Blade RGB Tough Edition DDR5. These are going at 6400 megahertz, XMP 3.0 and AMD Expo. Everything is there, so looks kind of cool all together. And finally, we have an air cooler here, but I'll touch the base with that one later on. I would say this is the main star of XPG show. This is their XPG Nia Handheld. Now, compared to other handhelds, this one is a lot bigger when we're taking into consideration the actual size. And this is my hand for comparison. So basically, we have much more space, really bigger screen compared to others, possibility to flip the screen. And of course, we have a stand at the back, which gives you an option to place it like this and connect it at the back. You have a Type-C connection. Everything is really on your palms. As you can see, really easy to access all the buttons. On top as well, all the details are right here. I mean, where we're talking about the buttons, really accessible. Possibility, really easy to flip the screen, push it down if you want to do it like that. And, oh, here we go. I pressed it, so it started. So it has an eye tracking camera here, so we can actually track what you're doing and similar stuff. But we'll get to the details. It has superior ergonomic design. We have ADATA S55 SSD inside, which is expandable to 2 terabytes. which is definitely outstanding. It will come with COM2 memory module with LPDDR5X, which is also expandable up to 64 gigabytes. Then we have front-facing camera, as I already said, with eye tracking functionality. AMD Phoenix APU with exclusive rendering functionalities and built-in circular computing product lifecycle, which means that it will be most likely possible to modify it eventually down the road, but we'll get to that part when the actual possibility of that arrives. Of course, the color scheme for Nia goes in the same way as Xenia, but if you check their stories regularly and the whole story behind the XPG Mera, Xenia, and all the other characters, you would know what everything here means. I think you're very familiar with this case, but this is updated version. We're having here Invader X PTF, which means there are possibilities to connect cables right here at the back, giving you a nice clutter-free PC. And when we're talking about that, as you can see, even the graphic card doesn't have the cable. So this is the cleanest it can get, really outstanding. Then, of course, we have here the Invader X Mini. So the graphics aren't going to be in the production model. This is just for this show. But the cool thing, it has this mesh open part. So because of that, we have two fans on the power supply shroud. They collect air from all sides. Let's see the back. The back doesn't have, but the front and the side have it. And they create additional airflow for the GPU and basically create a chimney effect, since we're having intake from the bottom, raise it up as an exhaust to the top, and that's it. And finally, we're going towards the Invader X Pro, and this version is also BTF. We're having a screen right here at the front, connections here, basically on the side. On the front, we have loads of connections for the I/O panel, and as you can see, opening here on the side, because we have three 120 fans that can create a chimney effect again. We can create additional airflow here for an intake, depending on the configuration, what you actually want to do with this case. I'm quite curious with this one and how the actual configuration goes, because we're having on the side 6 fans, 3 on top for the AIO, 3 on the side, and 2 on the rear panel. So yeah, and we're having a new AIO here as well, but we'll touch base with that later on. Now I have to go back because I totally forgot to mention the new AIO. So I promise we're going to talk about the air cooler. So here we go. This is it. We're having here Hydro patented dual fan CPU cooler. We're talking here about balance between size, performance, and price. But when we're talking about the size, there is this addition right here at the top. So let's continue. Exclusive XPG design, Nidec dual ball bearing Vento Pro fans, which go up to 2150 RPMs and up to 3.5 millimeter H2O air pressure with 28 decibel at maximum operation and 280 watts TDP, which is insane when we're talking about the thickness, because right here we have direct contact with the whole heatsink. Next time we have the Vento R fans. You already saw them. These are addressable RGB and Vento 120, which do look, well, you saw them in the build, so you already know what I'm talking about. But what I promised as well was the new AIO. We're talking about the Levante II all-in-one CPU liquid cooler. This is a 360 model. I don't know if there's going to be a 241, but here you go. Unique design, definitely, with non-conductive liquid, which is all in normal, silent operations, and TDP up to 300 watts, high-end fans, which are new as well, with a mirror effect in the middle on the side, and completely different design. Can't wait to test it out, to check out actually how it performs. Now, there are more new fans. We're talking here about Hurricane Mag 120 magnetic ARGB PWM fans. These are they have a possibility for switching forward and reverse in terms of the speeds. So what you have to do is press the button. They should slow down. And when they actually do, you press the button again, and then they start spinning in reverse. So it actually has an indication right here. So this is really cool. This is now spinning in normal position. They have to literally stop, full stop. And then when you press it back again, let's see. they reverse. Then, of course, we have to touch base with their A-Data products. We have the HC300 Eco external hard drive, Eco as well, UC310 USB flash drive. This is USB 3.2 generation 1, which goes up to 5 gigabits per second. Lancer Neon RGB DDR5s. These look outstanding, and we like the design on these ones. We'll get to that part later on, because they're having performance up to 8,000 megahertz and 16 and 24 gigabytes capacities. UC320, which is 85 for recycled plastic and eco-friendly FC packet, which has 85% recycled plastic and eco-friendly FSC packaging. And finally, we go with the EC600 HDD SSD enclosure. That's it for the XPG booths. You've seen some new and, let's say, updated cases. You've seen the new handheld, which is definitely something different from other handhelds, something definitely interesting, but we will be able to check that out in an additional review. You saw some eco-friendly stuff. You saw the new AIO, new fans with magnetic connections and reverse possibility with just a click of a button. Loads of cool stuff, new power supplies as well, but we're going to touch base more detailed in reviews. So thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking by. See you very soon. Bye.